Welcome to another Lakeside chat, but I'm actually on the Sound, Puget Sound. I'm on Bainbridge Island, waiting for the ferry crossing back to Seattle after a weekend afar, close afar. You can see the ferry system there. I think Washington State has one of the largest ferry systems in the country. There are a lot of islands off Whidbey Island and Vashon Island and Bainbridge Island and so many others, and it's just totally beautiful out here. So I thought I would tell a story. I don't have any records with me, but maybe I'll insert a record here and there. Or actually, I just thought of it in a moment. Let me tell you a story about 1973. Let's talk about Jethro Tull's Passion Play. Now, Passion Play was a follow-up to Thick as a Brick, a major breakthrough for Jethro Tull. I've been a Jethro Tull since, I think Benefit was my first album, and then I kind of worked my way around. What I like about them, I like their version of prog. Now, there are prog freaks who will say that Jethro Tull is not prog. They're more of on the folk prog side. They have a lot of folk roots, and of course that great flute playing of Ian Anderson and company, and all the stuff. A great band. So again, Benefit was my first, and then I got sitting on a park bench down in Aqualung. That's the one. And I remember I got Aqualung through a record club. It was probably Columbia House, where I would send a penny in and get 10 free records or something, and then ignore them, I think. Or I got a few after that. I remember Lady as the Canyon was one by Joni Mitchell that I got to the record club. The first Crazy Horse album on Warner Brothers. Go Downtown. I love that album, actually. That first one with the horse on the cover, the yellowish background, that wooden horse on the cover, as I recall. Let's get back to Jethro Tull. So, as we know, Thick as a Brick was massive, and I love the recording of that and the elongated parts. What's great about Jethro Tull over a lot of other prog bands of the time, they had melody in their music. It wasn't just virtuosity and syncopated Bill Bruford drumming. I like Bill Bruford, but you know what I mean? Time signature changes, key changes, the whole prog gnosis that goes on. But anyway, I was working at my first record store, the Warehouse Records in San Francisco, California chain, based in Los Angeles. Everyone's lining up. I'm actually first in line for the next ferry here. So we had a distributor down in San Mateo, which is about, at that point, that time, about 40 minutes south of San Francisco before the major freeways were really open in the same way. I guess they were, but it just seemed slower in those days. People didn't drive 90 miles an hour. So I knew this new album was coming, and we had a lot of days of new releases that were delivered to each of our stores, satellite stores. And I decided this was a major release, so I drove down. I think I was an assistant manager then, maybe. Would make anyone an assistant manager, and I was in school, I was in college then as a sophomore, I guess. And so I decided to drive my Pinto down. I had a 1972 brown Pinto with white and brown interiors, almost like bucket seats, exactly bucket seats. It wasn't a stick, it was an automatic. It's the one Simon and Garfunkel, actually, it's the one that Art Garfunkel smoked a joint in the back seat. It's another story, seek that out on the channel. We're getting feedback. So I go down to pick our allotment. Those are the days, there's a cliche, ships gold, returns platinum, when records are shipped a lot, and that's how the charts were made. How many you ship, not how many you sell. Things changed in the 1990s, I think, when SoundScan started. But some stores would report to Billboard and Variety sales figures. But anyway, I went down. Our allotment for a one store, and we weren't a big store like Tower Records, but we were a modest-sized store, kind of a neighborhood store. Our allotment was 600 copies of Passion Play. 600 copies. So I loaded 600 copies, box of 25 records. What does that come to? 24 boxes? Is that, are my calculations right? So I loaded in, and literally my Pinto was like this. It was full of boxes of records in the back seat and the hatchback. And I brought them to the store. Remember playing that record. To this day, I don't love the record. I do have a poster. I'll try to insert that. There'll be some inserts here. I love the cover. I love that wounded ballerina. But I remember driving it back, and I thought my car was going to tip. It was that, I guess the Pinto was that light, and the record boxes were that heavy. Come on, turn your motor off, guy. Just let it. Perfect. I thought I had a view, and now look at, I got some, there goes the Lakeside chat. Production. Anyway, we got it. We got to the store, and I think we would keep it for 30 days, 45 days, and then you would return unsold copies, aside from just maybe 5 or 10 copies we'd keep in the store in the Jethro Tull section. But I think after the end of that month, out of the 600 copies, we probably returned 550. It was that big of a bust. I did listen to it recently, and I liked it a little better than I remember. Remember that song about the tortoise and the hare, or the hare or something? I just think it was kind of a pretentious piece of shit, and it wasn't really that good. So that's my sound side chat, produce side chat here off Bainbridge Island. Gonna head back to Seattle. So thanks for watching, and thanks Trucker for blocking my fucking view. Take care. As he loves you.